that gift with that kid. He's like,
yo, I do this new thing where I press the live and y'all catch by the scene. This was perfect timing. I just want to know my co-hosts know when I say this. Yo, I'm your friend. You know that, right? They missed the first part. All they caught was them thing.
Yeah, they don't know. That's why I just said boom, boom. For context, you know what I mean, but they don't know.
Yeah, Chicago voice. Yeah. Yo, shout out to the viewers, the supporters, the followers, subscribe, co-host Dre. You can find on. Oh man. Oh, I just choked.
If you're ready for WrestleMania season, give me a hell yeah.
Yo, let me tell y'all.
AEW in the background. Hell no. All right. Stop it. We're about to start this show. We're gonna give it time. We might have some guests pull up. As you can see, this is about to be freestyle. It's about to be a goodie because, ladies and gentlemen, we are only a Jordan number away from WrestleMania. 23 days away from WrestleMania, and night 2 is on 4/20.
Swirling mass.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Turn my mic up. Turn our mother loving mic up.
Slim, what's up, Dre? How you doing? Yeah, I'll mute your mic.
Hunger Games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need.
You gotta go and sit.
Virgil, all right.
Nah, you ain't doing me like that. You ain't doing me.
For my black queen, Sasha.
And Goldust, all right.
Yo, you are foul, bro. You are
Jeff Hardy at number 5.
number 5.
Goldust. All right, Goldust. All right, Todd. All right. Eddie Guerrero's going in Wrestling God. You're just gonna have to be mad. That's just how it works. No, you whoa.
Keep the job. I ain't giving donkeys today. That's the seed of God plotting on my.
I'm giving you a horn swallow. You get a goddamn spirit squad. You're nasty, filthy top 5.
Peers, who as it appears, ain't on my tier. Being hated by cats who ain't make it, that ain't my fault.
My favorite what? What is your favorite finish move? Favorite? It doesn't matter what your favorite finish move. Oh no. Oh, this
God damn it. It's your photo 40%. Yo, Montez, I think you gonna be
I was about to say this. Hold on, yo. You lucky WWE got copyright, love. Boy, I will play the street part.
I'm excited. It should be fun. I'm gonna beat her ass. But
all right, talk your talk.
I'm more interested in it now than I was before. To be honest with you, I mean, I was interested into this, it's money in the bank.
You know what I mean? It's like,
you gotta have some good and bad in their team. And even when it don't make sense, so that's why I'm like,
I mean, because really that was their, other than like the AJs and stuff like that was really his, you know what I'm saying? That was like the most credible.
Hey, it goes right over my face too perfectly. That is funny.
I tried. I swear. Yo, listen. I tried. Stop. Let it happen. I'm gonna need you to relax.
Wow. Dog. It's like you knew where I was going to be on the
screen. Relax.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
At all.
Damn sense.
Okay, we're back. Hey, all right. I was jibbing, bro. Okay.
Yo, man, shout out to everybody tuning in. Y'all know what to do. Make sure to hit that follow, like, subscribe. You know the vibes, man. We got
Ladies
y'all.
and gentlemen. Also,
With
I
that.
gotta say this before we get started. You already know. Ooh, it almost played the intro again. I'm sorry, y'all. Ooh, no, we're not doing that. All right, you already know OH WE WRASSLIN podcast. You know how we gotta start every time. RIP to my brother Dorian Blair, and RIP to my brother Dustin Ryder. I should say our brother Dustin Ryder. We appreciate y'all. Also, want to put it out there. I don't know a day, but we two people that are close. Dustin Ryder was the first guest on OH WE WRASSLIN podcast when I forever did it. Back then when it was called the Bobby Heenan Show or the Frost Heenan Show. We got to do a Dustin Ryder appreciation episode. That definitely got to happen. We'll probably have everybody pull up and everything. Hopefully that could be the Thursday before WrestleMania. I was just talking about everybody pull up. That would be fire. Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. Once again, man, shout out to Dustin Ryder, whole family, everybody, gang, and all of that.
Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. First inductee.
Oh, that's fire. I don't have the air horn button. I don't have it. That's fire. That is fire. That is fire. First ballot Hall of Fame. That's fire.
Yo, I know we got a lot to talk about with WrestleMania season, but yo, there's one thing we gotta talk about before we get into all the juicy WWE talk.
Facts.
We gotta talk.
Too. Facts.
We gotta talk
Oh.
about what happened in Tijuana, Mexico. Did you see the clip? Alberto Del Rio banned in Tijuana, dog. You gotta really fuck up to get banned in Tijuana. That's where Tessa Blanchard went when she couldn't go nowhere else.
Didn't it? Yo, I don't got no earworms, but I ain't gonna lie, you rapping there. I see what type of show is going to be.
Yo,
you rapping.
This was the most hilarious clip. How you take 2 L's?
The Suplex Dinner Club. What's going on?
The fan showed, the fan said, "Hey, the fan no-sold the chair throw," and then he did the WWE 2K25. He picked it up and he threw it back. And yo, he was a better. Like, his aim was so much better. Not only did he knock the shit out of you with that chair, but he knocked the old lady out too.
Oh man, Alberto, you know that don't work out. See, that's what Paige was talking about.
So,
that's what Paige was talking about. Nobody want to talk about that? I'm doing too much. Oh, I'm doing too much. Okay, let's turn the page. Then.
Well, look.
Let's turn the page.
Based on how that altercation was with the fan, Paige, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. You ain't hold it down a little better. You know, especially with your whole family being wrestlers. The fan out here handing out L's. Yeah, that was hilarious, bro. Alberto Del Rio, man.
Dinner Club.
Feel bad for you, son. Hey, yo,
you made me.
I know we usually take shots and we throw shade at
No. We don't. I throw shots at Trevor. All right. All right, Rick. Anyway, continue.
But congratulations on the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ricochet, Samantha Irvin getting married.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. That is yo, bro.
I'm happy.
That's the W for me.
That's fire.
One thing I'm gonna tell you, I would never slander you being with Samantha. You would never hear me.
Ricochet, I ain't gonna hold you.
I would never do that.
I ain't gonna hold you. Say what y'all want to say, but they have been using him better in AEW than his last year, I'd say, in WWE.
Sorry.
Yeah, because he's had titles. Don't get me wrong, especially NXT. But he's had titles and whatnot in WWE. But I am seeing the growth, you know, and it ain't always gonna be perfect or whatnot. But he's improving. He's gradually improving on the part where he hurt. He was always great in the ring, but on the mic, he's slowly getting more entertaining.
I agree with everything until you did the comparison. I still don't see why. Oh, because he was swearing. I guess I get it, but no, but I don't know. For me, I still don't see. Oh, you're doing way much more than you did in WWE. I still don't see that because he still was on TV weekly. Everybody talk about everybody can't win. Nobody want to talk about it because I was a Prince Puma fan back then. But I always say, even my guys, I talk about Adam Cole, where he at right now. I understand every wrestling company. That's one thing AEW does is, well, there's worse, but they still do it. Every wrestling promotion has a rotation. That's how we keep superstars active. That's how we use superstars to push others. That's how we keep rivalries trending. It has to be a will. It has to be a rotation. Everybody can't be on top. That's not how it's going to work. Everybody cannot be some. When my best, I was a Kevin Owens fan forever. I never traded sides or went fickle like y'all fans. I was there when Kevin Owens was down bad. And low key, my boy's still kind of down bad because the amount of L's he's taking. But I don't complain.
He took the L's, but it's in big.
It's worth it. It's the bigger picture. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. The bigger picture. My boy's on Mania. He got a trending record. I can deal with it. My boy's on TV. So respectfully, when I go back to Trevor, when I was talking about, Trevor was on TV weekly. Y'all might not like the position, the situation he was in, but the reason why I can rebuttal that, this is WWE. If we go back the era when Trevor was on TV, how many people was in catering? Nobody want to talk about that. No. Cedric Alexander was literally in a cook food position. He should have been left. His situation, they let him go. He didn't complain not once. And matter of fact, he's still back.
When he didn't complain Hurt Business, he got a lot of TV time. But I mean, Ricochet got even more TV time. I'll be real.
Oh, I was about to say, bro. I was about to say, don't become one of those fans.
It was a lot of L's.
We're not going to act like I understand Cedric was in a good team.
He was in WWE TV, bro. While he did have a lot of TV time, and he definitely getting a lot of TV time.
This man was in a tag team.
He feels more of a big fish in the AEW, so like
that I give you that I will
more
give
time,
you
like the time segments too. Times
I'll give you credit for that. I'll give you credit. They're putting him in better situations. I will say that better.
WWE protected him. They knew he couldn't talk, so it's like we're not even gonna bother. You freeze up every time we tried, and there'd be a few times that all right, we got the money in the bank. I know you don't do it, but can you try? I ain't out here to talk. Shut up. Yeah, he saw that clip. Yo.
He has a couple of times. He does have a couple of times. All right, that one. All right, I'm gonna back down. I'm gonna cool down.
Samoa Joe, Drew, Sheamus. Every time he opened his mouth,
you ain't lying. Damian Priest not Damian Priest. Drew, you right? Drew. Samoa Joe did him the most filthiest. So then you got, like you said, Mello and Trey. Like, well, why he's 2-on-1 for this man? Yeah. No, I agree. You're right. You got me. I can't admit when I'm wrong. This year I've been wrong a lot
because there ain't that much more, honestly. Not to be messed up about AEW, but there really ain't that much AEW news. The only thing I can really think of is Moxley, the Moxley spot.
It's it's more than that. I'm not just letting that go. No. Before we get there, because that's spot what it was. We're gonna talk about it. But how did you feel about Swerve and Moxley promo segment? The whole thing. I told
you, bro.
Oh my God, he about to piss me off.
Moxley actually carried that promo, bro. And if I hate to say it, Moxley carried that promo, bro. And you know what though? It was one of them things where like he carried it just enough to where Swerve was able to get his groove and then fucking finish it strong. You know what I'm saying? Swerve started off weak, like really weak. And then Moxley, when it was like my turn, Moxley just like was talking. And that's what he does best. He talks good. But he was like pumping Swerve up, like you're the baddest motherfucker here, and you give me hope. And he was gassing Swerve up, like Swerve, Swerve that nigga.
Right, I did like
that. Swerve did it hella strong, like Swerve ended with the fucking home run though, with like I'm gonna go back to be a world champion, and you could go back to playing John Moxley on TV, like. That was a bar, my nigga.
That nasty bar. That was a scary bar.
Yeah, that was a nasty bar.
Suplex Dinner Club. Rate that down. Let me see that. I want to see y'all talk about that one.
But you know who the real MVP of that segment was?
Willow Nightingale.
Thank you, man. Get the relax button ready. Because those...
No. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, you relax. That's my friend. If he tells me to get the relax, Yo, first of all, I'm trying to think why I had to relax him real quick because I feel like he's gonna say something and it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna agree with it. I'm mad I'm agree with what you gotta say. That's what's gonna really piss me off. I'm gonna let you know. Because I'm gonna want him to shut up. I'm like, oh, you're right. And second of all, watch your mouth, yo. You talk about Willow. You talk about my wife. You keep it real PG. Yeah. Oh, y'all don't understand. He told me, get ready to relax me. All right, yo. Okay, yo. My fault. I slipped on the button.
My words can't do it justice. The AEW cameraman didn't even have to do anything extra.
Oh my gosh.
I think the cameraman like tapped Willow in the back after that, was like, yo, next time you let me know before you
okay. All right. Okay. I said this at the beginning of the show. Didn't I say that, y'all? I say, yo, it sounds like he about to do some bars today. That one, the camera says
like juggling.
Yo, next
like
time
you ever see a juggling.
Oh man. She makes BB. Oh,
hey, you see that clip of that kid who was like at the top of the stairs, like looking down from the top stair at I think it was Jada Parker and Lola Vice, and someone had like the caption. It was like a social media clip. Like, that kid just discovered wrestling. He's gonna be a fan for life type shit.
Oh, when he was peeking over the balcony, he was just peeking over the balcony.
That was one of those. Like, there's some little kid who saw AEW for the first time yesterday and saw that and was like, all right,
I'm tuning in next week.
I'm watching. Book Willow every week.
Yo, once again, I said this from the beginning. Well, he know that I'm a fan of Willow regardless. He like, again, I said he's gonna say stuff I'll agree with, and I don't want to agree with. Everything he said is right. He ain't say nothing wrong to me. But I'm saying, Willow, wrestling wise, this is professional. Forget her. Forget that. Willow professionally. I said this. Honestly, I can say this now. Over a year ago, and I still stand on it. Willow should be pushed and should be one of their top baby faces. I feel like the Swerve thing was the most they did to put like, oh, Willow deserves to be in like even though she was matched up with some Surivor, I don't agree. But regardless, the situation she's in, to be around the Moxley and Swerve, and then is Surivor or not, she's top dog when it comes to Moxley. She's always next to Moxley. That's why she's slowly getting pushed. That's why she did get her pushed. She's getting more than she would have ever been. She choked out Willow Yuta. I still remember it. So that's what I'm saying. With Willow to be in this position, I liked it because I always feel like she's the number one baby face, bro. I feel like you don't get just how we say. That was kind of crazy. I ain't want to talk about that. That was wild. Yo, you messed me up. That was wild. Yeah, she's somebody who naturally just baby face. Like, we seen Willow go aggressive, and it's still like, oh, I just want you to win. Like, it's still like, go Willow. Like, she has that. Yeah,
she gives me that.
Yo, Bailey
NXT.
Like, exactly. And AEW.
Back when she was the.
That's why I keep saying this, because AEW, like, you have a natural baby face talent. Like, you really don't have to do a lot. You really don't. Like, you put her in a situation with Hills, like, she's so lovable, we hate them. The Chris Statlander thing worked because she turned on. Besides being a friend,
damn, I didn't expect to go this long on AEW, but the Chris Statlander, like you said, her, Willow Nightingale, that's two people who should definitely be like two of your main focus. Because, bruh, not only do they both show that they could do the hardcore,
rivalry,
the in-ring shit without the hardcore stuff, but like Chris, the momentum from the matches she had with Mercedes, just to have her lose to Megan Bain, someone who just came back and already had a nasty botch with Thunder Rosa, and she's getting rewarded for it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't really did too much crazy to really make me say like, you know. The only good thing is it's like, all right, you're pushing somebody new. You know what I'm saying? And that aspect, but it's like at the cost of someone. He could have left Chris Statlander for after she, you know what I'm saying, is done with her Tony Storm program or something like that. Like,
I agree.
She had a lot of momentum coming off of losses, and it's rare that when people lose that people still want to
talk about this all the time. One of the best things you can get in wrestling, one of the rarest forms of getting wrestling, if you can still lose and lose and lose, and it low key don't bother us or we don't notice. Perfect example, my boy. I gotta use my guy, Kevin Owens. For a while, my guy was really like, literally, people like, oh, he's in a great position. But from somebody that's a fan, I mean, I understand it, so I'm not gonna bitch about it because I know my boy's on TV. Yeah. But if you want to keep it kayfabe, I should be bitching. my boy has literally lost
every time he gets a title.
So many world title matches. Technically, I should be saying I don't want him to be in no more world title. Technically, but he's doing so good, it works. That's so I get it. It works. The rotation. Like honestly, that's the theme of this episode right now. The rotation. You need it. It's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. It's gonna you gotta have that downfall to rise up even higher. That's how wrestling works too. A lot of people, even as a heel or babyface, when you hit that downfall, but people still notice you, where's the comeback? Or you're a heel, crash out. Hurry up!
I gotta call out the AEW diehards. I'm an AEW fan. I watch every week, but I gotta call out the diehards because y'all aren't really diehards like y'all think y'all are, bruh. Case in point,
John Cena
and Tony Khan. Hold up, Tony Khan. I hope someone gets this to you, and I hope you really hear this part right here, bruh. That spot y'all did with John Moxley and Adam Copeland. I had no problem with it. I grew up ECW, favorite era. I ain't get fuck. I ain't one of these people on here bitching about it. That shit was fucking gnarly. Right. But what I'll say is this. If that spot happened on WWE, John Moxley would be a fucking legend. John Moxley would be fucking Mick Foley status the next week when that motherfucker came out there. That shit would be fucking in highlight reels for the rest. We still see Mick Foley get tossed off that fucking sell every highlight that they can, bro. That thing would be in so many highlights, bro. And that shit would be blown out of proportion to where people would be fucking, he comes out this week. That shit was no reaction, bro. I'm like, damn, this man just fucking drove 11 hours.
Sacrifice, bro.
This shit could have fucking paralyzed himself. And I know he doesn't have the most exciting matches, but when you see someone who does shit like that, who take risks like that, bro.
That pulled his skin.
Shit, neither was Mick Foley. Let's keep it real. Mick Foley wasn't look who Mick Foley had to compete with, man. He had Shawn Michaels up in that motherfucker, Bret Hart, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, you know what I'm saying, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho in his prime and people like that, bro. Like he couldn't do what they did in the ring, but he had those spots that people are like, you know what, I respect you because at least you put the blood and I at least know you gonna do that, them thumbtacks and shit, the other niggas gonna do, you know what I'm saying?
But the difference is what you're talking about and what was the standout difference is honestly. Mick Foley, what we talk about, everybody can wrestle, but even back then, Mick Foley tells story. Like even though AEW wants to kind of not push away from it completely, but kind of act like that's not important, bro. That literally separates the story in wrestling. Let's be real. Just think about it. The story. I'm gonna let y'all think about your own. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not gonna pick a story. I'm gonna let y'all in your own wrestling mind, your wrestling history mind. Just think about it. Storylines make bullshit look so much better. Trash, and I mean trash. A good story can make trash 10 times gold. Literally. If we say it out loud, exactly of some things that our truth did, it sounds trash. But when you see it, oh, that's money. Oh, that's money. In the hot tag in a Royal Rumble, that is trash out loud. R-Truth did a hot tag in the Royal Rumble. We marked out. What is he doing?
But yo, what was the difference between the two? Also,
stories.
Aside from the story, what was the difference?
All I saw was
you could say there was a story to it.
Story. It took two people to make a story. Story. Copeland and Moxley.
The difference was Mankind Mick Foley lost.
Oh, I see what you mean,
bro.
That was a good bar. That was a good.
How in the hell do you do that spot and still win the match, bro?
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that's like another way of killing kayfabe. I mean, I know it's dead. But that's like him standing over the body and shooting in the face.
It's too much.
And you know what hurts, Craig? You know what hurts? When we talk about like in-ring story, we're kind of talking about in-ring story now. I'm not even talking about like the story. I mean, that's what helped in-ring story. But real in-ring story, because like he said, it just didn't make sense. Like, bro, I literally see them pull some nails out of your back with your skin pulling it, and you win? What? Where they do that at? What? This is crazy. Against Copeland? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not used to that name.
Oh, damn. He just reminded me of the aftermath, which is like, damn, like after all of that, he wins that match, which makes no sense. But afterwards, we tease FTR, Dax Hardwood, and Edge feud. Like, bruh, nobody want to see Dax and Edge feud. Like, all right, here's the funny thing. Dax interferes in the matchup. Edge is a good guy. As a babyface, you don't need to. You go out there and even the odds. Once the heels start cheating, you know what I'm saying? Even the odds. But once you go up in there and you start hitting finishers on the actual opponent, that Edge, it's like you're doing heel shit too. You know what I'm saying? But he goes up in there, hits like a pile driver, and then Edge goes for the pin, and John Moxley still kicks out. Even after this is after the spike shit. So not only did he survive the spike, he survives your interference finisher move. You know what I'm saying? And then you get mad at Edge after Edge loses the matchup. So I'm just like, bro, like he kicked out of your finisher. Why? Like you should be mad at yourself, that shit. You know? So, but not Triple H.
Yeah. Well, no.
This relate to AEW. Oh, Triple H, please.
Is one more
please
thing.
Get Brody King out of AEW as soon as his contract ends.
Yo, I was gonna.
That is the biggest injustice of booking.
I was gonna use this for a line you said earlier, but for me personally, that is my favorite bar you just said, because I agree 1,000%. 1,000%, because he's a character. I forget what he could do in ring. Just WWE seeing somebody that looked like him, size like him, you already know they thinking, oh, money. Like, oh, money. Like we hope we're gonna put you in the performance center. Low key, I could do this. You about to put me in training? I do this. Like, if you see my matches, I be walling out.
Not only does he have the size, the strength, the ability,
everything,
the charisma, with the ooh, you got everybody barking on that shit. Before Braun Breaker was even doing it, he was having everybody else his shit.
That is a fact,
bro. Here's the irony: Malachi Black, after being unutilized and then being underbooked, storyline is when he finally leaves, they throw him under the bus. Like, hey, all right, yo. First I forgot about this. Damn, this is terrible. So first they have all three of the people in this new group they formed. Like, yo, we don't serve no master no more. Now we're free to do our own shit. We're about to carve a path of destruction. We're the hounds of hell. What's the first thing they do? They all three lose their first single match to to 3 people, and each one of them give him a pep talk. You don't need Malachi Black. You could be a champion. Da da da. What have they done since then? They just lose and lose and lose and lose. I'm like, damn, bro. How many times is Brody King gonna have to like job to everybody, bro? I mean, Brody King, this dude, and the thing is, like, him and Buddy Matthews, like, they're one of the very few people besides Big Bill, Powerhouse Hobbs, who look legitimate standing across the ring from a Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. They look like they could beat up damn near every person that they lose these wrestling matches to. And I gotta suspend my disbelief. And like, yeah, this guy, the worst one was when Ricochet beat him with a fucking clothesline. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? Like, just had him lose to Kyle Fletcher after losing like previously. I'm like the whole Don Callis family beating them in every single way possible. Tag match, individual, switch the other tag partner, beat them individual. I'm like, bro, you are burying the fuck out of the Hounds of Hell. Like, you don't deserve them, bro. Like, straight up.
You don't.
Get out of there.
And you know what makes me mad? Like, what did he do? Because he was the loyal one.
Oh, he was. But you know what, though? I forgot.
But he still was loyal, though.
CM Punk,
yeah,
though.
Once again, that's why I said what I said. He's
really good with CM Punk. I forgot.
Yeah, but he didn't leave, though. Because remember, why? That's why I'm bringing it up. Because remember,
the other two asked for a release, and he said no.
That's why I'm saying AEW, y'all doing more stuff that I'm outside looking in. I don't work there, so I get to talk outside looking in. Y'all look like y'all still look like you're acting like kids. Because respectfully, we remember because we talked about it. We had like our big episode with Punk went to do the interview. Oh, a lot was revealed in that interview. I still remember, and my memory not that good. And Brody King, he tried not to say Brody King name. I remember that. He tried not to say Brody name, and Brody didn't leave. Brody didn't ask to leave. Brody saw his vision over here. Which
he made posts like I ain't going nowhere. I'm here to stay type shit, bro.
Which makes sense because realistically, Brody King should be on his way to world champion over there.
That is a fact, bro.
Look, I'm not even talking about look wise. First of all, him in AEW. You look like Brock Lesnar, low key. Nobody want to talk about it, but you look like Brock Lesnar. So I'm taking that away, though. I'm literally taking that away. This man in ring, like you look as in like promo set, like selling himself. Like you said, most believable. Like like respectfully, he has to get respectfully. I'm giving bonus points that you look believable in AEW. Respectfully, AEW, I love you. But believability, you only got like 4 superstars.
I ain't gonna hold you. I have a friend in San Diego, and I'd be jealous because this dude, he be getting to go to like those little meet and greet things. I ain't never really been to one where you just get a gang of autographs and pictures with the wrestlers and shit like that. I've been to Comic-Con, so every Comic-Con you'll see like probably 5 or so people. Yep. I saw Brody King at one. And that motherfucker was huge, and he just looked like a star, bro. He looked like how they talk about that.
It wasn't just TV. You know how you see some people, is like that you look big on TV.
Motherfucker will pass the airport test. Like, he's a person who's like, he's either a football player or a wrestler or something. You know what I'm saying? He looks like somebody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, why are you not capitalizing on this? You got a fucking star on your hands, and he could go in that ring. And he can do all the shit the little dudes do. Tony, it looks more impressive when the big guy can do what the little guy do. That's why Jacob Fatu is like
overdo it.
The guy, right?
No. We talking about AEW. You got to throw that out there. No, and he doesn't overdo it. He's not trying to wrestle like a cruiserweight. Sometimes that's the problem when big guys is cool, but when they overdo it, it looks forced. Now, respectfully, it's gonna hurt to say, but Keith Lee at one point. Just being real.
What happened to Keith Lee? Damn.
AEW.
Where is Keith Lee? Missing. Have they had that Bandito missing sign? We need a Keith Lee missing sign. We need the milk carton for Keith Lee.
Yeah, the milk carton, because you know what's going to say? Last seen at the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, my God.
Oh man, only wrestler rapping today. Yes, Keith Lee. We miss you, Lee. I was a fan. So,
Yo, this is the last thing I got for AEW.
Yeah,
man.
no. I'm gonna end it. Okay. Oh no, is yours? Wait. Hold on. Before you say, is yours positive or?
It's neither really. It's just
okay.
Mariah May. Mariah May.
Let me go first.
It's coming up.
Let me go first because I feel like yours still got some positive too. Because mine, I have to get it. I heard AEW tried to release a show on Fox called AEW Shockwave, and it got turned down. And this is on Fox. It was supposed to be called.
You just reminded me of something, dog. Now we gotta get ignorant. I gotta get ignorant.
Oh no!
I hate to do it to Swerve. My nigga Swerve. He just reminded me while we on AEW. Swerve.
Hold on now. You're going too far.
It's turning into the Seth Rollins when AEW first came out. You remember when AEW first came out? Seth was like on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Swerve, you gotta chill, bro, because now it's getting out of hand. Yeah. Swerve has a quote where he said, "Man, they over here in NXT trying to tell me how to entertain 600 people in the crowd or 400 people in the crowd. Meanwhile, I'm in AEW entertaining 6,000 people in the crowd." I'm like, in a stadium. So I'm just like, Swerve, y'all had 2 stadium shows ever. You know what I'm saying?
All right. You know, like, that's my guy.
You don't average 6,000 fans on AEW.
Come on, bro.
On the regular, bro. So
all right,
don't act like he was too good to take constructive criticism from Triple H. That's who was micromanaging at the time. Don't act like you couldn't listen to Triple H and fucking those people. Like, oh, I don't want to.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Leave Swerve alone.
No.
Yo, leave Kill Shot alone, bro. Leave Kill Shot alone, bro.
Especially when I see that promo where John Moxley had to save your ass. And basically,
all right.
And I fuck with Swerve,
but I don't like him slandering Black excellence and how impeccable timing. Speaking of Black excellence, I'm always gonna say this: the grace from this guy is amazing. You will never be able to fly off your feet like this man right here. It's my guy, my bro. Vashay, how you doing, bro?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Gang. You already know. We all right.
Good with it. OG.
Your timing is crazy because he started talking crazy about Swerve and Vashay popped up. Oh no, you ain't just gonna be talking about my brothers.
Hey, real quick, if the door opens up, that's my older brother. He's visiting from Fayetteville, so he'll hop in probably a little bit later. But so what's going on? What we talking about with Swerve, man? What we talking about with Swerve?
Wait, time out.
He was just trying to get off of AEW, but Frost reminded me.
At
NXT, saying they only got 400 fans.
That's fire.
I'm sorry.
My fault. Go ahead, bro. That's
I was just had to tell Swerve. I was just saying Swerve got to chill with all the taking shots at WWE right now, because he basically was like, there's only 400 people at an NXT show. I'm over here entertaining 6,000 people in stadiums at AEW, and I'm like,
my hands raised.
That's kind of like, I'm like, while you're on an interview on an online thing, like, be a little bit more honest. You would make the people who don't really follow 24/7 think that that's what it is. Like, you're just on average doing stadium shows of 6,000 people, and over there they only got like a little 400 people. Like, bro, them NXT crowds be damn near as big as that.
All right, I was waiting for you to call on me because
I don't want
to talk down about Swerve, but Swerve, respectfully, for you to say that line and then I go watch NXT when they have pay-per-views. I see what you're saying about house shows, even though they're still probably bigger than your crowd, but we're not going to talk about that. The house shows, the pay-per-views, the PLEs, bro, them NXT crowds look crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know.
I heard a little bit what he was talking about in that scenario, and I think part of the issue is when you have so many people transitioning, and maybe Swerve didn't get the love that Oba's getting, that Trick's getting, that Melo's getting, based on the energy that was there, right? So, he was there at a time where it was still transitioning past COVID. Vinnie Mac still had his hands in everything as much as we want to think.
Triple H is not done.
So I can understand a little bit of where he's saying, okay, well, this happened. However, the energy is way more authentic. Like everyone knows, NXT is NXT, but it is a very raw and authentic form. And I think
Triple H is, when I talk about NXT, like low key, I know HBK's down there, but Triple H, when he see NXT, mission accomplished. Like honestly, everything Triple H doing right now, mission accomplished. Main roster, half of the people from NXT. My pay-per-view format is a takeover format. Mission accomplished.
I've got a hot take about that.
Okay.
I think Dusty told Triple H, Kid, in his list, if you do it this way, you can like reinvigorate what the energy was with the territories, but have it in-house. Right? Like you can have this thing of NXT going over here, NXT going over here. Because again, Triple H was still from that territory era, right? He grew up in that area.
Yeah, he was from that.
All that, how he was studied. But he also understands the importance of talent and storylines passing through and through, because there's so many people that went to WWE, didn't work out, went to the Indies. I mean,
that is the topic of the show, rotation. Keep going.
People act like we don't remember, at least for me, and we all talk about OTR. Like I remember when Drew McIntyre was on WCPW with Cody,
with Gunther.
Yeah. I remember when Joe Hendry was doing What Culture reviews.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
For him to build his character and start from there, and then to develop into TNA and have his shot, like Triple H is starting to understand the reason why we will never have another Attitude Era, WCW era, was because the money was driving a lot of the things and the viewpoints. Now it's the storyline and the eyes. So now, yes, the IWC is a wild bunch, but a lot of us are intelligent. We remember these storylines. We remember these people beefing with each other. So we understand, hey, they met back in the Indies. They had these things. I still think it's still wild that they're starting to acknowledge world championships from other places. I mean, that's incredible.
In WWE, that's a fact, bro.
So I say that to say, I feel like with Swerve, it's a little bit of disdain for the fact that he wasn't given the energy and the I wouldn't say the machine, but like the push that Trick and all those guys are getting. Don't get me wrong, I love Swerve. I mean, since Lucha Underground, that he has had a
little shot. You already know.
So and I'm glad that he
yes, bro,
delivered on his promise to be the first Black AEW World Champion. I mean, it was amazing. It was incredible. He deserved it. I remember he was wrestling.
We always talk about Lucha Underground, but to see him come from like skinny low. I mean, he wilded out back then too, though. He did wild out back then. But it's just saying even the built period, the growth in him period is a big difference. It's like a freeze.
And here's another thing, right? Like I remember watching. There was a time, watching MLW. When he was in MLW and MJF was in there, and Penta and Ray Phoenix.
MJF had a whole team.
When Coach Contra was there, like when all those guys were there, and when Swerve won the title, it was like a big deal, right? Like it was a huge deal, and that's when he was coming out to Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody, and they were starting to really do Swerve's house in a whole nother way. So I get what he's saying. It does come off a little convoluted though, because it's like, fam, good and well, AEW has the money, but they're not bringing in that pure raw energy.
And another thing I didn't like the whole, you could tell like what you saying. You could tell there's a little animosity behind it, because even him bringing up the race thing, right? It felt kind of like you reaching for a shot. Like it really did. For me personally, it felt like that. Like even like the whole they're not even getting matches on the card. I'm like, bro, that was kind of a last year conversation. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade is literally putting on like performances every week. Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins back at the top. Obafemi, Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick is a thing. He didn't even get to the main roster yet, and I think it's still going to carry over there. I do. I don't think it's going to die down by the time you get to the main roster. So that's what I'm saying respectfully. And I'm a Swerve. Everybody know I'm a Swerve supporter. It did look bad. I'm sorry. On my end,
I rock with Swerve heavy too.
It looked like a little hated, but what you said was Shay. I could see it, but it still came off as hating. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what it gave me? It gave me old school AEW vibes when everybody pull up on AEW and they would go to Chris Jericho podcast.
Yep.
Like it did feel that way. That's why I was like, damn, not you, Swerve. Like you king of the mountain.
We gotta remember, like he's still from that. He came into WWE still under the Vince McMahon era, right? And Vince was still like, you had the New Day, and you had a little bit of Lashley, but it's still the Vince McMahon era.
And you went to the main roster when all of this downfall, like you said, Vince McMahon era. There was no Triple H. Yo, I got you, bro. Or
I actually did. You hear about how he got fired from WWE?
I heard a little bit about it.
Mentioned that because he was in the Skid Row or whatever it was called, and AJ Francis asked Vince McMahon for a one-on-one interview in regard to BFAB because he didn't know where she was at, and Vince is like, "Why the hell are you asking me for an interview? I have people who worked for me for like 10+ years who ain't ever asked me for an interview, and you just got here," you know what I'm saying? And basically 2 weeks later, they all got released.
Which is so wild because
everyone says,
"Oh well, you just got to show Vince you have the tenacity." White.
Yeah, they all say that. That is a fact.
I'm like, so wait a minute.
I think it was more than that. I think it was the way they must have said, because we do hear how Vince could be sometimes with weird little stuff. He had to do something else. I'm sorry, I just can't believe it because we hear from everybody from Busted Open, they mentioned it.
Need to build a relationship with
exactly, or even Billy say, sometimes you even Vince say, sometimes you gotta force me to recognize.
That was AJ Francis. We're talking AJ Francis here. Like, I got to take a one-on-one with you, like the guy who can't dive over the top rope. Like,
now, but remember what
over BFAB? Trying to plan WrestleMania, and you're calling me to ask where BFAB is, and
he was trying to get Gallows. Remember, he was trying to get Gallows to people more special needs, right? He was like, "Hey, Festus, come here. I need you to do this." Like he called for him to go and go, "Hey, I need you to do more of this." So Vince is under the most minute and trivial character, and he'll like do what he needs to do if he thinks. That's the thing. If it's not Vince's idea, it doesn't matter. So the fact that somebody else went out of their way to be like, "Hey, yo, let me holler at you real quick."
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. But my thing is, say it again out loud, and I feel Dre. Like, yo, you asking me where BFAB is? Vince McMahon. You asking Vince McMahon where BFAB is? Respectfully. I hear you. You're right, Boucher. Until he asked, why are you asking me? Vincent, he can even stunt on him now. At this point, now we can talk dunk. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the owner of WWE. No, respectfully, if I'm Vince, there's a Triple H, and he probably don't even want to talk to you about that. Like, there's an HBK, there's a Jason Jordan around here somewhere. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Look, all I have to say about that is,
you lucky you didn't hear your father.
For Andreas' question, let's be honest. How many people were looking for their valet or their manager, and they're like, "Hey, where's so and so at?" "Oh, they in Vince's office." "Doing what?" "Oh, he taking a shower."
That was messed up, for sure.
That was man. But I don't got no problem with it.
That was truth, though. That was fact.
Yo, man, we've been talking to AEW a little too long. I think it's time we switch over.
Yeah, we on WWE.
WWE.
This is gone now.
Let's just go to NXT first, because y'all see the shade. You see the shade from Mandy Rose. She feels slighted. She feels disrespected.
No, I didn't.
I did it first.
I'm not looking for it. No, I did it
first.
Respectfully, I'm not on your OnlyFans.
On my name.
No. Hold on. We're not going to give Mandy Rose no highlight. First of all, that would have been okay until NXT's cooking. This is Jada Parker. Who's Mandy Rose?
It doesn't matter. She did it first.
At this point,
I'm
dead serious.
And I ain't gonna hold you. When she had her run, it was good, bro.
Everybody,
there's a soul
Ruka that will have people going crazy. Who is Mandy Rose? There's a Gigi Darling. She's a Gigi Darling. That still work here. It was there. It was you. What are we talking about, Mandy? I'm on TNA and NXT. What are you talking about? What
she was on NXT and NXT UK and on WWE. I feel
like an NXT advocate. I am advocating for the NXT women division. You are bugging. We are in WrestleMania season, and you brought up Mandy Rose. Yo, when the last time you see Mandy Rose? When the last time you see Mandy Rose?
Survivor Series.
Yo. Her group name that she started, they're still there.
And also, when she was double champ, it was double world champ. It was the NXT world champion, and it was the NXT UK world title. So not only did she do it first,
he about to make me crash out. He about to make me crash out. He about to make me crash out. So let me, you're talking about, you're just bringing up.
Reality is that, my nigga.
You're bringing, no, I'm gonna cut you off. I am because you're bringing up stats. I'm asking you as a wrestling fan. I am asking you as a wrestling fan, not as a hornball. I'm asking you as a wrestling fan. Once again, I'm asking you as a wrestling fan. You telling me honestly, you were slightly entertained by Mandy Rose double championship run.
That match was good, for one. First of all, that match, I do recall that match. That match was really good. Two, her character work, her story with the toxic attraction was good. It was. She wasn't the best wrestler, no, but she had character, bruh. She had character, and she also was great eye candy. I ain't gonna lie about it. She came with skimpy ass outfits. Damn near naked every time. I rock with it, nigga. Hell yeah, I was doing it in the Mandy Rose matches. What you talking about? Andre Roshi, nigga. Nose bleeding and everything, nigga. I was like Master Roshi watching them fucking
maybe okay. Hey, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with the alley-oop real quick, Frass.
Please do.
For me, while I understand her storyline, it was pretty good. And I'm saying this with all due respectfully disrespect. Mandy is like the Flex Alexander Lifetime movie of Lindsay Lohan.
See, I don't even need the match.
I'm not attracted to her, and I'm like.
See what Vashay did? That's simple.
And so doing it because you're trying too much and doing too much. You look you look pretty good, but you don't look nearly as good as the other people on the roster.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Respectfully.
So I feel like that storyline could have been to anybody else.
What's her looks got to do with her being the double champ first? Like seriously, y'all.
Because we're talking about Mandy Rose.
You don't like her or just gonna act like she didn't do it?
But for me,
what did it do for you? Yes, I'm gonna act like she didn't do it. You act like it was. So what? So what? Yeah, yes, she did. So what? No. I'm running. What's next? What's next? She did it. What? It's WWE. First of all, you watch WWE. She did it back then. So what? What history has brought back up in NXT? Like, damn, Mandy did that first. When? First of all, Stephanie Von Cure is off.
If we're not going to acknowledge history, then why acknowledge Ric Flair's title reigns?
Because it was good.
John Cena's already the most world titles.
Because it was good.
Just doing anything
That's
fake.
my easy rebuttal. It was memorable. It was memorable.
It's one of those things it's one of the things that the WWE does.
Talk about memorable. You weren't even alive for half those title reigns. You guys don't.
I wasn't, but the other half was still more memorable than Mandy Rose. We could do this all day.
Half of them, bro.
I said you're right. I'm not even going to argue that. But the matches is still better and
no better, bro.
I still
no
go
better.
back.
There's not. It
That's
sound
my
like Dave
rebuttal.
Meltzer right
No,
now.
no, it's not. No,
her
you sound
rating
like
wasn't
Dave.
high enough, so we're gonna
No. Yes. If I sound like Dave, yes, call me Dave Frost. I don't care because respectfully, answer my question.
You did it.
Answer my
Get
question.
Over it. It happened.
I bet you saw a Ric Flair match before you
know
went
it
back
happened.
and saw a Mandy Rose match.
Whether you want to play them and act like it didn't happen,
bro. You're doing an argument that don't make sense. I never denied her history, so you're just arguing for her. No, so Bashay, I'm asking Bashay the question because I don't understand.
It happened. You know what happened, so
already did. So Bashay, I'm honestly, when's the last time? Which match did you go back to see? Have you ever went back?
I've never went back to watch a Mandy Rose match ever.
So what the hell is we talking about? You ever went back and watched
that she did it, bro? You gotta give her credit, bro. You gotta give her credit.
Did. Nobody took that away. I just said it doesn't matter right now. What else? Like what is it doing now? Let's keep it kayfabe. When has it ever been brought up?
Reigns matter like that, bro. We come on, bro.
Ric Flair. We're literally.
You gotta go to the. Hey, you literally gotta go to the record. You have to go to the record, bro. And by what you're doing with Mandy, you might as well not count that then, bro. You weren't watching those Ric Flair matches? You weren't. I know you weren't. Name them 16 people he beat. Tell me what pay-per-view he won them on. You can't without looking it up.
What? WCW Slamboree? Who is you talking to? WCW? No, don't call me out. I'm about to answer you.
No, because I know for a fact you cannot name those 16 in every pay-per-view you won those out, bro. You'd be looking it up. Because his most of his shit was back in like before you would be like a toddler when Ric Flair's most of his title reigns happened, bro. You'd be a toddler. Ric Flair was wrestling in 74, bro. What are you talking about?
The fact you bring that up still works for me because I went back and saw those matches I wasn't alive for. I saw Ric Flair and Sting 2 out of 3 fall matches. I saw Ric Flair versus Terry Funk. I could go down the list. I have never, ever typed in anything Mandy Rose versus anybody.
But you saw it though. Did you see it?
When it
did
happened?
You see it? You saw it, bro. You saw it.
Yo, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
What is your argument? Because I'm a
I waited for everyone to tell me.
This is too much. This is too much time on Mandy Rose. Too much time on Mandy Rose. You in denial. You in denial about what she did, bro.
But you had to defend. She did something. I said
she did. She did. I was like, yo, that's foul.
I can't wait to click.
That is foul, bro. If I put some work in somewhere, bro, you gonna acknowledge that shit, bro. You ain't gonna just
show you. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. Who is you talking to? I'm not going to acknowledge a Mandy Rose way. What? Yo, what? Yo, I can't believe you said that to me. You're going to acknowledge it. She's not Roman Reigns. She ain't no tribal chief. Wait, what are you talking? She's not even top 100 women to ever do this.
I'm not going to act like she didn't do her thing, bro. She had a cool little faction. She had a nice little run.
She had
she was ranked real high that year.
You won. You everything you said right. Once you said she had a nice little run, and what was her matches then? Because I name Ric Flair matches. You name Mandy Rose matches. I went back too. So you name Mandy Rose matches. I'll wait. Okay. Okay.
Mandy Rose, Miko Satomura. That's what I remember.
Hey, yo, Mandy Rose.
Like I said, just because I'm not saying I'm a Mandy Rose fan. I'm just saying she did what she did, bro. She did what she did, bro.
But the reason why it sounds like it because I agree
bro.
with you.
All right. If it sounds like you're a fan, then it sounds like you emotional that she did it before Stephanie Vicker. Because you're trying to erase it.
I agree. Yo,
no,
yo, Dre, you're getting clipped. No. At this point, you're getting clipped. I'm not even gonna argue.
Initially, he was like, "No, we don't."
You're getting clipped because I agree with you. I didn't try to ignore it. You're getting clipped. You're getting clipped because you tried to say I ignored it twice already, and I literally said you're right. I agree, but it's not important. It's not. Yeah, I never heard Mandy Rose. Let's go. But speaking of double champ, somebody that do matters, a match I have gone back and watched, Stephanie Von Cure. Since we on it, I have one back and I saw both of her matches in one night. You talk about history, I'm gonna remember that because she fought Jada Parker. Fan wise or hornball wise, it was Stephanie Von Cure versus Jada Parker. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that. And then I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like Stephanie Von Cure versus Fallon has impressed me the most. I'm not going from a character that I was like, who is this extra girl running with these other two dudes? She has impressed me. Like I like her character work. I like her character. Period. I do like Fallon Helen.
I like Stephanie Vicur. She remind me of Cammy on Street Fighter, like, or a sexy Thunder Rosa. Like
she's like a few.
Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa.
You said what was it?
I said she reminds me of Cammy a little bit and Victoria from back in the day. Like you.
Ooh, Victoria was a good. Yeah,
like
that's
that spider web. Like when Victoria was really dark. Yeah,
that's fire. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think that's fire. I hope Victoria pop up. I know she signed that Legend deal and she been hyped to do something with WWE. So hopefully she do. I mean, all the OGs pulling up and we in WrestleMania season. So hopefully she do go to NXT. That would be dope.
I saw her pass by briefly when I was I lived in Murfreesboro because Nashville's right there. So you see everybody, and even from afar, she looked just as good.
Yeah, I saw her too at an indie show. So yeah, she didn't miss a step. Yeah. In ring and out ring, she's still good. And I'm hyped. We gotta talk about a WrestleMania season. Let's do a quick chat about where we're going to WrestleMania season. The cars are starting to lock in. Starting to lock in. And now certain matches we already know. I gotta ask y'all because I want to see your creative side. What other matches is going to be on these Mania cards? What other matches y'all got? What are the stories y'all see? They're gonna be like, you know what, you're okay to be on Mania. Because remember, I think it's gonna be takeover type formats. Just they're gonna give them more time with a little, segments.
As much as these tickets cost for this WrestleMania, they better not do the 5-match layout, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I need like 8 matches each night.
You're not.
7 minimum.
You're not.
7 minimum, bro.
Not 7 minimum. So you could name 14.
I mean, not minimum, but I mean 6 or 7 at least.
So you can name 14 matches. That's WrestleMania worthy.
For that ticket price, yeah, bro, I want to see everybody. Shit, let me get Solo and Jacob Fatu.
That's on.
Yeah, Solo and
I agree.
Fatu.
I think that match is on.
Naomi and Jade, they deserve their own little match on there.
Yeah, that's definitely on.
They did their storyline to get that.
You don't get that much TV time not to be on that card.
Yeah,
you don't get
KO and Randy Orton, obviously.
That's obvious.
The triple threat, obviously. The world title matchup, the female matchup, but ain't there 2 female women champions? So who's the other one? What's the other?
Tiffy and Charlotte, and then the triple threat.
Tiffy and Charlotte, and then
the triple threat. Yeah.
Okay. Shit, you still got to throw Braun Breaker up on there somewhere. Probably him, AJ, Finn Balor. They're probably gonna add Pentagon.
The multi-man match that would be fun.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a 6-man Pentagon, Ludwig Kaiser, and.
But see, that's a multi-man match.
I'm guessing, or something like that.
Oh, Logan Paul and AJ might happen.
Oh yeah, okay. So take AJ out of the Braun Breaker then. Oh, okay. Take AJ out, put Dominic Mysterio in.
Yep. I can see that. I could definitely see that. That match might be fire.
Profits to get up on there. You know what I'm saying?
Like a ladder match. They low key for me. Out of all the other tag team titles, hasn't been built up to be on WrestleMania. I'm glad you pointed that out, Dre, because low key that tag team division, I feel like they built up for WrestleMania. Yo, we need a ladder match, or we need a multi-man tag situation. Like I need like 4 teams. I need Pretty Deadly to get on the card. I'm not gonna lie, Pretty Deadly, y'all doing y'all job. We're out there, y'all doing your role for real. Y'all tag team moves, I ain't gonna lie, it's getting more impressive every time. I ain't gonna lie, they tag team work is sick to me. The Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, DIY, and then you got Legado del Fantasma. That's 4 teams. That's fire.
Trying to throw what's the other team up on there too? The Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, I missed that Motor City. Yeah. Like,
you know what I want though for WrestleMania?
What?
I want the biggest luchador match you could make in WrestleMania history.
Oh my gosh, here you go.
Ray Phoenix. Have Ray Phoenix debut WrestleMania. Don't even think
El America
against El Grande Americano. Yo, that will fucking blow the roof off the spot, bro.
Yeah, and that match and in ring wise will be insane.
That match would be nuts.
Chad versus Ray Phoenix is crazy on paper. It's crazy on paper, like for real. That is fine. I like your idea. I like that.
Sick right there.
I like that. At WrestleMania 2, that's a great start. That's a great start for Phoenix. You want somebody want to push and show me good. That's people from all over the world. There's people that know him, because we know people come from Mexico, the AEW fans, and this is the people that don't know him. Oh, you're gonna find out today. You're gonna find out today. This is Rey Mysterio.
He about to take all Ricochet's fans.
Yo, this is WCW Rey Mysterio at his best.
Yo, man. Maybe even a little more, because I mean, he's had time to study all the Rey Mysterio shit to add to it. You know what I'm saying? So he's like the next generation.
No. He is. No, I'm just talking about because WCW Rey Mysterio was one
fans
of those.
Gonna go bonkers for this.
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose their mind, bro.
Because this generation don't have their own Rey Mysterio in WWE.
And honestly, I think too, he gonna enter that talk of like best wrestlers once he really get that exposure on WWE.
Yeah, because they're gonna tell him how to work. Yeah, sell.
Shit he does, bro.
Look at Penta. His selling is his selling is so much better. I don't know what WWE. I'm gonna give credit to Ray and the performance because somebody had to tell him how to really sell with a match.
Penta's style though kind of remind me of like Kevin Owens.
Oh no, it always remind me of that from the finisher to the in between.
But they don't overdo the flippy stuff. You know what I'm saying? They could do some of it, maybe not as much as a Ricochet Ospreay.
But low-key, their moveset is very similar. Their moveset is very similar. Very similar. Very similar. Like the only difference is Penta does the Canadian Destroyer and Kevin Owens does that top rope like flipping, like whatever you call like that package spin when he be countering. That's like literally the only two in their finishers. Well, in WWE, yeah.
I could see that. But right now the current trend for like the people who like, well, at least the Dave Meltzers and people who has a big influence over a lot of people's opinion on that, but they saying the Ospreay, the Omega, you know what I'm saying? So by that basis, if they're saying Ospreay is that guy right now, when Phoenix does the same shit Ospreay could do, but in front of a way bigger audience, he about to skyrocket, bro. He's about to skyrocket.
Like, and the reason I was saying this also, like, double down on your point is, this is almost perfect timing for Ray Phoenix. I mean, I could go back. I hope I could find the clip. I could go back then when I was saying, "Yo, Tony, this is your worst time to give up Phoenix." And Penta's my guy. I like Penta personally better than Phoenix, personally, just because of history. But realistically, Tony, you're wilding. And I said the timing he cut him off, you're giving them time for Phoenix to train, get used to the WWE business because he don't work for you, so he could go to the Performance Center. Bro, you just literally gave WWE the layup with Ray Phoenix. They had time. You gave them extra time to, what angle are we going to take? Are we going to put you with your brother? Or maybe we got an idea where it's just you. And then later on, you join with your brother. Like Tony, you gave them too much time. You literally gave too much time for WWE to cook food with this man. You did. It's going to look spooky. And what I'm saying, and then add in on the timing. Look at the roster. No one, Rey Mysterio don't even do that no more. No one wrestles like Ray Phoenix. That is when he was in AEW, they can't do what he can. They can't do what he can do, but they do what he can do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. In WWE, everybody is stiff clotheslines and spears. Ray Phoenix is gonna be like, man, I'm gonna give y'all a 550. Like nobody's gonna know what to do. Like the WWE crowd is like, yo, the younger crowd never seen this, and then the older crowd that doesn't know Ray Phoenix, people our generation that don't know Ray Phoenix, that's what they're gonna think. Oh shit, a Rey Mysterio? like you see what I mean? Like it's just chef kiss of timing for Ray Phoenix, where Ray Phoenix is not in a position. Oh, he's gonna get lost in the sauce. He's just gonna be put in the mid card. No, right now it's literally like perfect timing. Matter of fact, it's better timing than Penta. And look at Penta. Like Penta was just like good presentation to deliver. Phoenix is like everything is just ready for you, bro. And you go on Smack, even if they do, I'm not even mad. I want the Lucha Bros, but this WWE, we're in a whole nother universe. Let Ray Phoenix cook. Let him cook, bro. Let him cook. I'm excited for Ray Phoenix.
Hey, I'm kind of surprised to see how they're talking, like how you know they're talking he's gonna debut on SmackDown. So it's like
that's what I'm saying.
They're not even gonna throw them together off the bat, which is sweet. You know
that's what I like. I like it. You know, I love the Lucha Bros.
You guys are black. We're gonna throw you guys in a black tag team or black faction.
Exactly.
Spanish. All you guys are together.
Like, let them cook. Let them push their own type of stardom. And then when we get to our next shakeup, wait till a whole nother shakeup. And now we putting the Lucha Bros together because Penta is making his own. He's his own star right now.
What like I will say, not to cut you off,
go ahead.
What helps them is because they've wrestled so often against each other that they don't need each other, right? A lot of brothers, a lot of people wrestle together, and that's all they do. I remember the first match was Pentagon versus Phoenix versus Drago, Lucha Underground. Like, and their matches were way better against each other, I would say, than even as the Lucha Bros.
Way better. I like their one-on-one. It wasn't a death match, but it was some kind of thing. This was around when he was Pentagon Dark.
Yeah.
And it was him versus Phoenix. Yo, I agree. Nah, that's a good shout, but shit.
And they got time. You know, Ray Phoenix is still fairly young, and Penta, even watching the Chris Van Vliet interview, he's still very smart in how he's moving and how he wants to do things. And again, he's worked with Ray. He's worked with a lot of the guys already, and then he talked about the ladies too. So I think he's going to understand how to be safer, take care of his body, and he's going to get that push that he's never had.
Exactly. Because also, like you say, he got people he can, like, when they giving him some feedback, he like, yo, I can listen to you because I work with you. I trust you. You know what I mean? Like from what you were saying, I always bring it up Chelsea Green, but Chelsea, Io, Kyrie, Rey Mysterio already twice. The list goes long. Escobar, and people don't know that he was King Cortos. You're like, the list goes on. This man seeing faces like, yo, like we made it. I ain't gonna hold you. Like Pentagon walking in that back locker room, yo, we made it.
Oh, then the AEW people as well.
That facts.
Especially
walking by Cody. Yo, Cody. Started from the bottom, now we hit.
Hey, listen, if the rumors are true and they get Jeff Cobb.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard that was a deal. Yeah,
you already know how I feel about Jeff Cobb. Is to me one of the greatest slept on athletes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I heard about.
Rumors are he is possibly going to WWE. So
see, you see what I mean? Like this is what me and Dre was talking about with Phoenix. There's a lot of strong people in WWE, but I also think this is a perfect chef kiss timing for Jeff Cobbs not to get trapped in like, oh, you're just going to get caught in the shuffle. Because with Jeff Cobbs, people going to be like, oh, you're a smaller Bronson Reed and all this until they see him wrestle. They like, yo, why are you picking up people 5 times your size? Like, what is going on here? You are too small to be doing this. I just
get Jeff Cobb, Oba Femi, and Jacob Fatu in a match. Just want you to know that.
Oh my gosh. Jeez, bro, you playing?
Jacob
what are you doing with your drafting, bro? Because they over here scooping up all these picks, man. They eyeing Hammerstone at the moment as well.
That is crazy.
So it's just like, dang, bro, you gotta get somebody.
And then we in Mania season. You already know how I talk about it. Mania season is like the TV wise. Let's do it TV wise. The new season about to start. And stuff transition over the rotation, like we talked about all the time. I'm excited for Obafemi because I really believe he's in that rotation. He's in that next batch of people of the lower upper coming, but he might get pushed to the moon. But the lower, like from NXT, so we're gonna put you that strong mid card, and I think Obafemi is definitely gonna be in that rotation. I think it's gonna be Obafemi, obviously. Roxanne already got pushed, and I think it's gonna be one more person. I don't think they're gonna OD on like pushing NXT talent because there is a lot of superstars right now. There's a lot of.
Either of y'all been watching WCW on YouTube, like when watching the old school matches and like the whole. Like,
no, somebody told me I didn't watch it. And I watched old school WCW, so I do have to watch the YouTube. I didn't know they had a YouTube page.
So yeah, they since they don't have the network, they went ahead and brought back the W. Now, and I bring that up to say, Triple H with Sean and even with Road Dogg and all the guys, Petey Williams in the back writing these storylines, they have the ability to fix the timeline. That was Thunder, that was Sunday Night Heat, that was all these other shows that, okay, we'll use these matches to get talent over and all this other stuff. You have enough talent, and this has always been my biggest issue with WWE. You have over 3 hours a week. If you count NXT, what, we're looking at 5 hours, 5 to 7 hours a week? 5 to 7 hours a week of TV that you can tell a litany of storylines. I'm bringing Lucha Underground up because they had a lot of things work that was just different. Now that Triple H is in charge, Shawn Michaels is doing his stuff in NXT. You have a lot of time to do a lot of different things and keep everyone interested.
That's a fact.
For the long haul. To me, the Bloodline is top 5, top 3 storylines ever because it kept everyone interested.
Ever.
I know people who hated Roman. They're like, well, all he does is cheat to win. It's like, oh, so you're invested. So this is exactly how Flair and everyone else wanted to heal. So that tells me you're invested. We're playing the long game here.
Exactly. And we're pushing other superstars on the way, not just one person.
I have a question because last year at WrestleMania, Damian Priest was red hot, cashed in the Money in the Bank. The Judgment Day was hot going in that whole, I'd say from just about from when he won the Money in the Bank. Even though he didn't really tease it, like the tease was bad. Actually, I remember everybody complaining until it actually paid off with the cash in.
Yeah,
but you went from having that, and then for a couple of months you had that banger with Jey Uso at Backlash and whatnot. He really didn't have that much of a long time with that. Actually, now I think about it, but he had that moment. He had the moment with Bad Bunny, which that's what really got him that opportunity to begin with. But it's like, damn, what can we do to get interest back in Damian Priest? Because right now we looking at Drew and Damian Priest, and a lot of people looking at like Drew deserves better. Like, so like, what can we do for Priest to where people don't feel like wrestling Priest is like punishment? Like, no pun intended, because I know that's like his thing, punishment. But
I think giving Drew as Drew does deserve a little bit more, but it's Drew. He'll be fine. With Damian, I do agree. I think it was like he was hot, he was pushing stuff, and then the Judgment Day started doing their thing, and it was like, all right, cool, but he didn't have a tenured or a well-established run, when he was hot. So he had like 2 or 3 good pay-per-views, and he had a couple of good Raw matches. I feel like he really I think him having a storyline with Seth, I think would be really good. I think Seth has some longevity that can help establish got storyline because okay, he's going to get somebody who's a Shield member, a world champ, somebody who's got that, and it's like, hey, Drew's annoying, but who are you coming here for that that world title? So I think that would be great. There's a couple guys I feel like he could feud. The whole Gunther thing was good, but I feel like Gunther needs to be put in his own realm for a while because again, he is the ring general. He has that look and that style. I mean, we remember him as Walter. We remember them days at WCPW. He was slapping the taste out of Nottingham and Wales and everybody. Just
Shay, I saying this because you watched Walter as long as me, bro. I've said this, and because I said at the end of the year, I'm switching up my top 5 and always hint because of Walter. I feel like he's going to enter my top 5. But I said this, and I ask you, and you tell me if I'm wrong. This man, as long as he's been wrestling, has yet to have a bad match.
I agree. I think what he does so good. I remember watching him in PWG a couple of matches when he had against Darby Allin, and there's something that he did to Darby. And it was just so small, but it was so significant because how he sets up his slaps. But like Darby was going for the coffin drop, and he waited for Darby to get to his highest point to drop. It was like, it's like broing, like give me your best, and this ain't enough.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, he has the ability to tell that story with anybody, and that is what you need for a. I don't want to see Walter as a good guy. He has to be a bad guy. He's the perfect heel. He's the perfect
heel. Always been.
I think that's why I think this storyline with Jey Uso works because you have that guy who can talk. Have that guy that's like, listen, you ain't lacing my boots. I feel like Damian needs that, but he needs somebody with a lot more longevity who can give him that back and forth.
So my thing is with Damian, I just want to put this out here because this is what I think is Damian's problem. Unfortunately, it's a problem that's going to be more difficult to fix because I hear what you're saying, Vishay, but I don't think that's the solution. And I'm being honest. The reason why I'm saying this, because it should sound like a good solution, but it's not. Because Damian Priest's problem is everyone he faces, low-key fan base is too high. You're going in a rivalry with Gunther respectfully. At the timing you went against Gunther, fans like me, or why I even question, Gunther might be in my top 5. The one thing I haven't seen from Gunther was him cooking on the mic. He already impeccable in the wrestling ring. I've never seen this from Gunther. So Damian Priest I know he's the heel, but I'm gonna root for you. This is the ring general. This is we see him choke people out. He got his Samoa Joe moments. Like, I'm just choking people out to choke him out. Like, this man is loved. He's one of them hate-love people. Then you go to, oh, man.
Wait a minute. You said Gunther ain't been cooking on the mic?
I say he has. Are you listening?
Are you talking about Priest?
Yeah, listen, man. I'm saying Priest is going against people. I'm saying Gunther literally was just missing the mic of his popularity. At the time with Priest, that's when he started talking crazy. Right. Priest, it was like, I'm sorry, Priest. Wait, I'm interested in this. And then I know there's other rivalries, but to skip through all of that, let's lead to one now. You're going against Drew McIntyre. Respectfully, Drew is the most hated, loved person right now. They literally. People will tell him to his face they hate him and love him. I hate you.
I got my fiance back into wrestling. She would, every now and again. But when literally a year ago we watched the Royal Rumble, and she was like, "Okay, Punk's back." Like, just catch her up on storylines. She's a huge fan of Drew McIntyre. She was like, Scottish. He lives in Nashville. He looks like he's hilarious, bro. He looks like he's super chill, and he loves Dolph.
And respectfully, Drew McIntyre is gonna have to go. I ain't gonna lie. Depending on the aftermath of what happens with Cena and Cody, like whatever Cena terror run is, Drew needs a part of that.
I will say a part of that
because the only reason I'm saying that because at that time it's going to be a thing to love to hate Cena. Like, we want to hate you, like, because it's fun now. It is literally fun to hate you because that's why he's 30 in fans. It's smart. It's so strategic from Cena. But what I'm saying, that's the only person I can think of. Y'all can name a wrestler how is he going to help Priest? Like, you can name a wrestler that he got a rivalry. I bet you they mid card. You cannot name a heavyweight status superstar that's a heel or any situation that is going. Oh, this is going to benefit Drew all the way. No, like he's been in world title situation, like Seth Rollins. That's why I'm going to spin it and cut it me short. Go back to what you said, Victor. You brought up Seth Rollins. Damian Priest versus Seth. Seth as a heel, bro. He's not going to be able to take those fans away from Seth at all.
I will say it's interesting about Money in the Bank, Dre, that you talked about, and it got me thinking. I feel like they should go back to doing Money in the Bank as just a match at WrestleMania or something like that, because the last time for me that I actually was hype about someone winning Money in the Bank was probably when Dolph Ziggler won it, because when you think about it, that's the last time that was like one of
shocking.
It was moments ever.
Nobody
expected him to win. He won it, and then it was like, oh, he's about to do it. Yeah. And then when he did it, it was like, whoa. It put him up there.
No, you ain't lying.
Still one of the best cash-ins ever, bro.
Yeah, no, you ain't. I agree. I agree,
to
bro.
Me, the issue, Dre, to go back to your point with Damian, it's like that's the hardest thing to do is to cash on. Like, yeah, Seth cashed again. WrestleMania moment, one of the best ever, but it's really hard to get that. And Seth already had the energy with the Shield and leaving the Shield, and that worked.
It was a story with it. It was a whole
really, really hard to win it. And it's like, okay, well, you won it, and the story wasn't really him winning it. It was Punk costing Drew the match for Damian to win. So it's hard,
and that's what I'm saying. Though I didn't even think about it until you brought it up. Even the cash-in part, he was overshined. I'm sorry, Damian Priest's problem is you overshine, and then when you go, and then with the people that you overshine, I'm just being real. With the people you overshine, it's not a rivalry that's gonna.
Who has me overshine? I ain't gonna.
No, but I'm being realistic. Like even all right. I'm gonna say this out loud. Like, to me, of course he doesn't, but like Escobar, like I'm just being real. And like to the massive, they had a rivalry. Damian Priest will overshine, but once again, because what they doing Escobar, I'm not going to talk about that because that's pain. That's I'm glad you agree. That's not going to elevate Damian Priest. That's what I said. No, and then you can't name one person in the main the main event picture that you can't name one. Respectfully, R-Truth is outshining by a lot.
Ludwig Kaiser. Put him in there with Ludwig Kaiser.
That's not. Now, once again, I'm glad you said a name. I like when you say names. That doesn't elevate Damian Priest. Like, once again, the
only person I had was Braun Breaker, and I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
Braun Breaker. Let's come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Hold on.
No, bro. This is my new thing. Yo, look into the camera and tell me you believe that. That sounds.
Hold on, hear me out. What I was saying is the only person I feel that could actually give him a reason to do it, the reason to step up and do things, will be Braun Breaker, because he's such a popular guy. I honestly don't know other. That's why I mentioned Seth. I was like, well, he has the tenure to keep it going. There's nobody right now where his career is that can help him with that. He's kind of in that weird predicament. Now, I'm not saying he'll stay there, but
I agree too. But you know what kind of hurt
you with Jacob Fatu? He's not going to win the feud, but I think
elevate him. Yeah, every time y'all say a name, remember, it's like a game. It's like a game.
Yeah.
How do we elevate Damian Priest?
Even though he's not winning, but they're protecting him by having Jacob get help from Tama Tonga and have a Hikuleo and stuff, and then he could go and beat the henchman. But when he get to the final boss, he lose type thing. He's elevated, and at least I'm establishing I'm better than everyone in your group, just not the leader type thing,
Okay,
maybe a solo even,
What about this name? Because I do not like him feuding with Paul. What do you think about AJ?
AJ who?
You don't think AJ could help him?
AJ Francis? Yo, once again, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? The problem is, I get it. Yo, listen. You understand? I know how to book. I do know how to book. What y'all saying? I'm not saying y'all sound crazy. I would never do that. Y'all saying it makes sense. Yes, to like the only thing those names do, you're in that picture. That's the only thing that's gonna help. But it's not convention by I'm not confident you're gonna do something in this picture. That's what I'm saying. How do we elevate him? Where is the you one of those? I believe you now. And I'm even talking about with a win.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I could be wilding too, y'all. I'm not saying I'm right.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say Jay wins the title.
Okay.
And let's say he's about to get beat up by Kaiser and Gunther. Damon comes out for the save. They pull a whole switcheroo on that one. Okay. And then he just starts brawling with Jay and beats him to a pulp. Was like, "No, I got this." Or let's say he takes out Jimmy first, and then he goes after Jay. He's like, "I get to the bloodline somewhere."
So he has to be a heel. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make you good. You should have to be a heel. No,
I think here's the thing. I think we live in a world where so many baby faces are so authentic. You gotta earn the right to be a baby face.
But how many? But I agree. You're right. But obviously, their goal is because they don't have a lot of baby faces. They really don't. So that you can tell they want to make Damian Priest one of them guys. Like, it might be us, the community I'm in, tripping what I'm seeing. I just not seeing the super push, like the I just don't see it. Or I don't hear it.
I think
that's what I'm saying. It could just be me and the people I'm around.
I agree.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people who like Priest. It's just so many people are so, like you said, everybody's more popular damn near that he could really
problem. That's why I said I'm not taking away from him that you shouldn't be where you at. No, I can even go back in wrestling history like we did with Gunther. You cooked food. You was fat and you was flipping over the top rope and all that too. You was way fatter. So I'm giving you credit. You deserve the shine. You deserve the grind. What you did in Puerto Rico, business-wise, oh yes. Oh yes. We're going to see what you can do. After what I see you did in Puerto Rico, I'm not stupid. Business-wise, we got to cut him a check. He know how to get paid in that country.
I said his name. I just thought about it. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily have him focus just on that title. You get somebody from TNA to come in and cheat him. And you pull him over to TNA.
I'm not gonna hold you. If he's the first person in the main, all right, you reach, but you had to reach for that. See, that's
I'm not trying to win, sir. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to give options.
Trying to help him
out. No. I'm
the walker.
No, because that sounded like the only valid reason.
Punishment for having to
I'm not gonna hold you. That sounded like that was the only valid reason, because I agree with Dre. The fans, this people that like certain wrestlers, bro, kayfabe and non-kayfabe wise. Let's keep it non-kayfabe wise, the business side. Yeah, like if I'm a fan of that wrestler, I hate to say it, feel like you're being punished. Because
you know what it felt like to me?
No shade. Drew McIntyre, off of the year he gave us, respectfully, even though they have a story. We already slandered Gerard. I'm not even gonna play that. Even though they have a story, it feels like Drew deserves better. I'm not gonna lie to you. You gave me a year worth amazing.
Off what you just said, that is so true, because man, RVD, that was my guy. I remember RVD finally got his first WrestleMania, and y'all might not see a problem with it, but for me, when I was like, RVD finally gets to WrestleMania and it was William Regal, bro, I was sick. I was like, bro, because I'm like, I already know we gonna win. Like, like I don't know.
Yo, Kessin, you killing all kayfabe,
bro. Can I get someone who's like,
he hurt my feelings.
did.
So like, yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like, damn, he got the William Regal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, William Regal's. It is messed up because overall, William Regal's better than Damian Priest, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, Drew deserves better. I'm sorry. Like, because I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Everybody want to ask me, so what should he do? Oh, I know what he should do. He should be in that triple threat. It should be a fatal four-way. It makes sense. He got a problem with CM Punk.
All three of them.
He
got more of a problem with all three of them than they got with each other.
It's the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania 2000 anyway. I would have loved to have it. Actually, I'll do you one better. I wouldn't do a fatal four-way. I'd do an elimination fatal four-way.
I like eliminations on the every on my GMO Wars. Every time I have a triple threat fatal four, I always make it.
Think about it. If Drew were to somehow beat all three of them in one night in the same match, or whoever, no, I didn't just beat you and you. I beat all three of y'all,
bro. That's a fact. And you know, we haven't had a fatal four-way elimination since WrestleMania 2000 with the Triple H, Big Show, Mankind, and The Rock.
Damn, for real? God damn.
So again,
you can fatal four ways and triple threats, but not elimination, bro.
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Elimination. Yeah. Oh, that's a good fact. Good look. That's crazy. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep saying it. That makes sense. I just don't get why Drew wasn't involved. And then what makes me more mad, to break it down to people even more. Before Roman and the Seth thing happened, do y'all remember what three superstars was arguing? Seth, Punk, Drew.
Right.
The whole segment, the fire three-way promo.
Drew's beef with Seth came. Oh no. Yeah, it started with it but we literally went from Drew and Seth not liking Punk. Literally, what Roman literally took Drew's spot and everything. Everybody say no, not just the match, the story-wise. Because literally they could even did Drew and Seth versus Punk and Roman and save that for later, but anything, bro. But yeah, Drew did get short stick.
Everybody
my fiance is livid. She's so livid. Like when I'll put you like this. She was petting our dog during Elimination Chamber, and she turned around and she's like, "Wait, what happened to Drew?" I was like, "He lost." And the look on her face, she was like, "I don't care. I wanted." She was like, "Burn it down. I don't care. They can all lose." She was so mad. I was like,
I'm telling you, bro. Yo, this is. I just don't
like WWE. Some people complained about it, but they did right by Jey Uso for the year he's had, and Drew had the same year on the heel side. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to say that Jey Uso was the MVP of the baby faces outside of Cody, honestly, I only put him above Punk in the babyface category just because of the consistency. You know, Punk came in, he doesn't work as many regular shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
I'll
recently,
say this I'll tag to that, Drake. We've never really seen two brothers have the level of historic run and be a part of a crazy storyline like Jimmy and Jay. So I'm A-okay if he becomes a world champion and he has a decent small run, because now you can say the Usos are definitely, well, one, they're going to Hall of Fame, but it's like you had the Usos, and let's say Jimmy happens to go out for title, win the U.S. title. Two brothers other than the Hardys, but now you can go, okay, Jay is the main event. He's the main event. Uso, he's coming out. I can see it right now. He's coming out with the belt from the crowd. He's walking down. He gets kicks from the back of the head, like just Claymore down the steps, just rolling. And Drew McIntyre says, "No, we ain't doing that."
Yeah, you know they hire, right? WWE is hiring. You know that, right?
Hey,
that was a nasty visual, and I liked it. A Claymore and him tumbling.
Think about it. Him hitting the
and then Drew, I need Drew with the mic. Look at him yeet down the steps.
I was about to ask. You just answered my next question before I could ask it, which was, do y'all have Jay win at Mania because do you risk the fans losing faith in Jay if he loses again, or would you keep it on Gunther?
No, you gotta win, and I would want you Gunther, my guy. But respectfully, I'm ready for Gunther to step on Grace's on SmackDown.
I was gonna say Gunther's, because he's built as the perfect heel. He'll have plenty of time to have world domination runs.
Yeah, for real.
He'll be a multiple-time world champion and be great.
And to give WWE credit, the reason why I want them to do it, stamp on that hard work you did. I'm keeping it business side. Forget kayfabe, business side. Yes, win the title. All that hard work. Let's talk about this stuff.
All that money they spent.
Not that just no. All the hard work. Besides the slander, you had to deal with his father talking crap. Yeah, like you had to deal with so much, all these L's, and literally WWE showed you we do this. Your son was losing and winning at the right time. I said this on the pod, and I mean this. Jay Uso is not in my top 75 wrestlers right now. I'm sorry, there's just too many.
Damn, 75. You've got to.
Do you know how many wrestlers are out right now? I don't think that's crazy.
75 though.
I don't think that's crazy. I really don't. Maybe I watch a lot of wrestling, but I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about popularity. I'm not a WWE mark. Just because he eat, that doesn't make me excited. Good job, but that doesn't make me go, hey, Jey Uso. Your interest is fire, though. That's why I hope you win the world title. I do want to see him with that entrance, with the world title, in the crowd. WWE love their visuals. That's going to be fire. That is going to be a fire visual. That's the main event. See, I almost kicked you off. Like, why would you ask the question like that? Because I gotta say this. With the card, he shouldn't be the main event, but he has the main event. He has to. I don't care. He has to. That is the way I slander AEW for certain things, I will slander WWE. This man's name is main event. Jey Uso, they hype.
And I won the Royal Rumble, bro. Like, come on, keep the tradition, bro.
So that's why I say he has the main event.
But I'm starting to worry about it because he's been saying in interviews like, I don't care if I go first, middle, the thing. I'm like, damn, bro, you should not be saying that when you should be on those podcasts like, I won the Royal Rumble. I got the highest merch sales.
It could be added onto his story, though.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be added onto his story. I'm gonna keep it with the story because his whole story right now is he don't believe in it. So
I'll say this: if they don't go on last, he loses.
You gotta go first.
Didn't the Usos and Sammy and Kale, didn't they main event?
They already main evented a WrestleMania. This is going to be a second WrestleMania. He told that to Gunther too, like right before Gunther started terrorizing him week after week. That very first week, right before he said, I'm going to make sure every week I make your life a hell. He was like, one of us main evented WrestleMania already, and it ain't you. And so I'm like, and honestly, that's why I wanted Punk to win Elimination Chamber so bad, because the whole build up to Elimination Chamber was everybody telling Punk who main evented a WrestleMania. I main evented and you didn't. From Sammy,
everybody,
Cody, Jay. I'm like, bro, everybody pulled rank on you, bro. And the Cody's was the worst. Because not only is he like the most vanilla babyface of people, but he said it the meanest. He was like, I need you to win so you could catch up, bro. I desperately want you to catch up, bro. That was the like we all over here. We're waiting for you to get there. Like, damn.
Oh man.
All right, real quick question. What are y'all's thoughts on I assume y'all been watching OH Wrestling. How do you guys feel about that being like almost a weekly basis of just black wrestling? Just really good, small gym, large gym wrestling with some very unique storylines. I'm seeing JTG will be on there.
Yeah, I see JTG cooking on there. I ain't gonna lie, he cooking on there.
Oh gosh, it's just I don't know if y'all have seen it. I don't know watch it, but I watched the.
I seen. Come shout out to Adrian who also been showing me some footage and clips. Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you. What's it called? I haven't seen it.
Ashe Wrestling, ASE with the accent over it, wrestling. You can watch it on YouTube. I think there's 8 or 9 episodes.
It's on YouTube, yup.
But they do a little different thing. So they have, they have a musical guest, they have an intro, but it is, I mean, it's black wrestling. They had, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot her name, but the famous half black Japanese wrestler, the big lady who was always beating the spinning back fist. Yeah, I forgot her name. Is it Bull?
Bull Bacana or something?
Bull Bacana? No.
I gotta look it up. But she was on like one of the first few episodes. It's like you have a legend in women's wrestling, but wrestling in general, coming to Ashe Wrestling and helping to build and
they're doing what Master P tried to do.
That is fire, man. I love to see it.
No,
especially like in the black community, bro. Like I love to see black. Yeah, and shout out to Chris Demise again, man, making that top 500 black wrestlers list. That's so fire.
Fire. That is fire.
And man, y'all definitely got to get Willie Finesse up on there last year. I've been seeing a lot of clips of Willie doing this thing, man. So shout out to Willie Finesse, man. Tony Khan. We've been telling you earlier today, Tony, and I'm always addressing you, not Triple H, because we see Triple H has got Jeff Cobb. He's going after Hammerstone. He's taking everybody, bro. You need to hurry up and grab Chris Demise and Willie Finesse before they end up on WWE or NXT, and then you're gonna be like, damn, that's another one.
I agree because that goes back to what we said a couple of episodes. Like WWE, they got like a whole NFL type of format. They got high school to college to the major league. The WWE ID, that's your little high school teams. Then you elevate, and then you get to like
LFG
between whatever is a pre-college. Then you evolve LFG. Then you get to college football for real, NXT. And now you about to get the big jersey. It's smacked up. You see what I mean? They literally cook food where we got an umbrella, a tree, literally a tower, Mortal Kombat. You work your way up to.
Yeah, by the way, I'm tripping. It was Asia Kong. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name, but Asia Kong was on Ashe Wrestling, and for her to be wrestling in her 60s and still putting in work. But I totally agree. I think Willie Finesse needs to be up there. Chris Demise needs to be up there because they deserve it. That's the thing for LFG and for they've taken over a couple other things. It would be great to see them. But fellas, I gotta hop off here. I gotta start early tomorrow. I got all day today, but I just want to say, I always listen. I really love and appreciate what y'all do. It's amazing to see how we just started in a battle rap group, and then was like, hey, we should make a wrestling group.
Bro, I've been knowing you guys
passions and hobbies. Like, this over almost 10 years of us just hanging out and kicking it and talking about stuff and seeing y'all grow and become just amazing human beings in general. But just, I love seeing it, man. And I've lost a lot of people. Losing Nick was really hard for me because I'm getting married and he was going to be one of my best men. And it really hit me.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I don't want to sound corny, no homo or nothing like that or nothing, but nigga, I love you niggas, bro. Real shit.
Gang.
Shit. I don't even got no fucking no type of way about it, bro. And you took the words right out of my mouth, and I apologize because I was starting to talk over you when you was going, because I was like, when you were talking, I was like, damn, bro. When you brought up the battle rap show, I was like, that was like 10 years ago, bro. I was in college back when talking to you niggas, and I know that was like 18 years ago, so I'm like, bro, these people have been rocking out. And for people like when I went to college and I first met y'all, bro, like it was at a time where like I didn't have no friends no more, you know what I'm saying? Like I completely, it's like I reset my life, bro. I went from like street shit and all the music shit and all the gangbanging shit to fuck all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is, you know. Let me
see what wrestling can do.
People, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I want to be a normal person, you know, and fucking y'all restored through the relationships with you guys and Vishay. Like, I can't say that for everybody in the group, but you know, the people who are in our group chat, Frost, you know, those were the ones that stuck with us. Vishay, you weren't up in there, but you were always one of those people, and everyone in that group chat will vouch, bro. Everyone in that group chat fucking loves the fuck out of you, bro, because we see who's who. We see people's character, bro, and we always, bro. Even Dustin, rest in peace of Dustin, bro. Even Dustin would mention, bro, like dog Vishay always freaking showed support, bro. You always, and you didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? But like you always went about your way to show like support and love and shit like that, bro. And don't think it don't go unnoticed, bro. We definitely notice. We greatly appreciate you, bro. That's why I say I fucking love you, bro. Because you guys are, I consider y'all real friends, bro. And I hate when people say that shit like, oh, if you haven't met, fortunately, I did get to meet Frost and Joe and Ari in real life. But like, I hate when people say that shit because, man, like, look, we saying rest in peace to Dustin. It's been some years now, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how much of an impact he's made on our life. Like, bro, like, really consider you guys.
I never shook Dustin in.
Friends, you know what I'm saying? Real shit.
Never shook that man.
So it's like, bro, like, I really consider y'all friends. And some people are like, oh, you might be corny. Like, you got online friends. Like, no, I don't consider online friends. I just consider friends who are just in a different state. Just like I got family in a different state. This is how we have to communicate because we're not in the same state, my nigga. But that doesn't make it any less authentic. I got people who are in the same state who, you know, like I grew up with who shit, I trust you more than them. You know what I'm saying? Like it was straight up. Like
I can say that. I don't gotta cover it up
and all type of crazy shit. So just because somebody live in the same city as you or whatever, don't mean that they are more of a friend, or you know what I'm saying? Because those same people.
Side note, not get too far wrestling, but I'll double down on what you're saying. Like you gotta expand your mindset. The best way to do it is, you know how much knowledge I have on the West Coast. Period. Like seriously, I'm in Connecticut. I know a lot about the West Coast. Dude, shout out to Dre and shout out to my boy Cole. Like I ain't gonna lie, I feel comfortable. I'm gonna call somebody before I come. Well, I feel comfortable.
look, man.
But you know, again, man, even stuff that I've been through, you know, I'm not perfect, but every day I look at them like, you know, I'm blessed because I have people I can hit up about something or make them post. I'm, you know, even in the darkest times, I'm taking a step forward, and I know that people are rooting for me, and I want y'all to know, you know, anytime y'all need anything, I got you, because
definitely
losing Nick didn't hit me until it was a year. It's like, what happened? And you know, I wanted to tell him about the bloodline, how that happened. You know, he didn't get a chance to see WrestleMania. You know, and his daughter actually got a chance to go to Fresh Wrestling event. And it's like, I didn't get a chance to tell him about, you know, all the stuff that's happened in wrestling. I, you know, tell him all the stuff that happened in baseball, and tell him about, you know, LeBron and Luka. Like LeBron and Luka, he would have been wilding on LeBron. He calls them LeBron sexuals. There's so many things we could have been wilding on and talking about, and I was like, but he's not here. And so I told myself, at least once a week, I got to reach out or do something like this and tell y'all I love y'all, because that's really all we got, and all we got is more than enough. You know, so
that's a fact. That's
bro, yo, for all the people, and I got a huge family, bro, like stupid big family. Like one of my aunts got 12 kids by herself, and it's 5 just in my bunch without the additional people we like adopted. But fucking, but the point I want to make is for all the family relatives I got, bruh. I'll be lucky if I got one who watches battle rap. I might be lucky if I got one who reads comic books. I might be lucky if I have one who watches wrestling. Bro, we came from a battle rap group, so we all watch battle rap. Bro, then we all watch wrestling. Bro, like, damn, you know how hard it is to find people who like both those things? It's like two very hard.
And they know about their superhero history and all that. That's crazy.
And we were in anime before people
That's
even
what I'm saying.
started
It's anime and
making-
everything. I'm like, bro, it's ridiculous, bro. It's a brotherhood, man. So yeah, again, bro, I have no.
Man, I love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing,
Definitely,
man.
definitely, bro.
Appreciate
Keep
you.
cutting the
Man,
rug.
maybe it's like it's coming back.
Keep
Some-
cutting the rug. Vader Man need to come back. It does.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
All right, be easy, man. Shout out to my guy Vishay, Mr. Cutter Rug.
Yo, and Vishay will outdance any motherfucker I know, bro. That dude is a champion.
Awards on
bro.
top of awards on
That
top of
dude
awards.
Gets in that motherfucking. Yeah, he get up in there and cut
Yo,
up.
every time I go on
You see the
Facebook,
clips and videos. I'm like,
yo,
this
every
dude-
time,
Wow.
all I see is Vishay braids fresh with an award. I mean,
dripped out.
dripped.
50 pictures with like 50 women trying to get a picture.
Different year, China. I was with the best dancer.
That's a fact.
Oh man,
Shout out
but this is
to
fire, ladies and gentlemen. 23 days. 23 days. Well, on my side of town in the East Coast. Now we're 22. 22 days. He's still 23 days. 22 days away from WrestleMania. Dre, you would have told me they could find you.
Yo, real quick, I gotta redeem myself because it did feel like I was defending Mandy a little bit too much over here. For my boy Dustin Ryder, man, she do got a muscle face, man. Her jaw structure and face structure very strong. I remember Dustin used to always say that. That's why what Michelle said, like I wasn't really attracted to her. I was like, neither was Dustin. Dustin always, and I'll never forget.
Always
that.
twin her.
She got a strong face, bro. And I'm like, damn, bro, what it is. She got a nice body, though. Like, yeah, her face is strong, bro. Like, that jaw is chiseled.
Oh my
Randy,
RIP
bro.
to our brother Dustin, man. I
Damn.
can't wait. I should have told Vishay, I gotta somehow get the game together. We gotta do a Dustin Appreciation Day. Hopefully we could do it on a Thursday before WrestleMania. That would be fire. I'm done.
I'll flow it, man.
She's the Crimson Chin.
Yeah.
He's not even here no more.
She
What
got
are you
the
doing?
chin from the Moon Man from the McDonald's.
No. Before we get canceled, even though I know she don't work nowhere we care about. Yo, tell them where they can find you at.
Man, y'all can find me on the whole effing show, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Kick as well. Oh, and YouTube.
This man, yo. Yeah, you can definitely find him on all platforms. Also find me on Fresh and Frost TV. Also, we got GMO Wars on YouTube. Follow both of us for our Twitch content. We do Universe Mode for WWE 2K25. WWE 2K25 sponsor us. But other than that, I love y'all. I thank y'all. No more Ricochet video. No more Ricochet video. We gotta worry about that. Oh no. But still, until WrestleMania is done, I'm on my Harley shoulda won run right now. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Sit back, relax, talk to him.
Harley, this is so cute.
Mercedes Moné had a little backstage segment that wasn't bad. That shocked me. You didn't impress me, but it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It was just passable, like a C.
No pun intended.
You normally don't have a
Yo, come on, never mind. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't impress me. Harley.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good on that.